This is the KoperCrabb Podcast.
I'm Cheney Crab.
I am Naveen Copperweiss.
If you have any questions to submit to the podcast, email us at KoperCrabbPodcast@gmail.com.
We may or may not answer them. No guarantees.
We probably will. If you guys like metal, which is why we're all here, right? Because we all like metal.
We do love some
We
metal.
are in a band. In fact, I am a vocalist. And Naveen, what do you do?
Drummer. Mainly. I'm known as a drummer.
He's known as a drummer, folks. You heard it
I
here
play
first.
guitar and other things.
We're in a band.
Press buttons on the podcast.
You don't push buttons. It's not DJs who press buttons anymore. It's the podcast hosts.
You know what? That's actually kind of funny because do you remember that meme? It came out around like 2010 and it was like, is there a doctor in the house? I need a doctor. And everybody's just saying that they're a DJ. It's like, I'm a DJ.
Vaguely.
I'm a DJ.
I vaguely remember
so,
this.
It's making fun of how everybody was a DJ.
Totally.
But I think everybody now is a podcast host.
Everyone has a podcast.
And I'm guilty of trying to do both of those things.
So if you have a podcast, drop your link in the comments.
There you go. Or DJ set.
Or your DJ set.
More importantly.
We'd like to hear it. SoundCloud, anyone? But like I was saying, we are in a metal band. That's why we're all here. And our metal band is called Entheos. And it happens to be going on tour next month.
That's right.
On the little old tech trek across the United States and Canada.
A long freaking time since we've gone on tour.
3 years to be exact.
So, really, is it that long?
In August, it will be 3 years.
Okay.
So we're going about 2.5.
2.5, maybe more than a half.
Which is the longest I've gone without playing shows since the band started.
I think there was one time that we didn't play it for like a year.
Yeah. It was before our album came out, before Dark Future came out. Which we've just been fucking riding the wave of that one, haven't we?
Well, I think you should get 2 years for free.
You get 2 years for free, for sure.
You get 2 years for free comped because of COVID.
Yeah. And then it was a year before that, a year and a half before,
so,
2 years before that.
So let's call it a year that we haven't gone on tour in reality. I mean, come on. We would have done a tour.
Yeah, totally.
We were going to do a tour.
Oh, I'm talking about the album release part.
Oh, the album release. Yeah, okay.
So how many years do we get comped because of COVID for that?
See, I don't know, really, because you and I have been in the same house. So
but our bass player hasn't been.
That's true.
We
still could have written an album. I mean, we should have.
Well, we wrote a song. Our band's been through like a weird. It was a lot of stuff that we had to deal with when COVID happened. You know.
Yeah, it wasn't just COVID. It was just it's just so happened that there was a bunch of stuff going down, and then COVID hit on top of that.
I mean, I feel like it was kind of lucky.
Yeah.
That COVID happened because we happened to be at like a crossroads in our band.
Right.
And I almost felt when we did have 2 tours booked when COVID happened, and I almost felt like we weren't ready for those tours. No, I completely.
Wait, we had 2 tours booked?
Yeah, we were doing a Tech Trek and an Allegiant.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Back to back.
That's right.
So I almost felt like we weren't ready for that. So I'm glad we got the extra 2 years.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that, it allowed us to get Evan on the record. It allowed us to. I got in a horrible accident that I wonder how much time we would have had to take off because of that.
Right.
But anyway, such is life. Our album will be out this year. It's almost done.
And if you're wondering about that horrible accident, there is an episode about that accident.
Totally.
I don't know which number it is, and I don't know what it's called. But I think
it's called The Crash.
The Crash.
Yeah.
So
it's way back when. Yeah. But if you would like to come and see our band play live, we're playing a bunch of dates with Archspire and Inferi and Vulvodynia.
Which we looked up, and it does have to do with what it sounds like.
It in fact does mean what you may think it means.
We looked it up on the podcast.
Yeah, so you can check that out too. All right, we're going to read off the dates. The tour starts April 13th in Seattle, Washington, then Portland, Santa Cruz, California, Los Angeles, San Diego, Mesa, Albuquerque.
And then
It's
cue
your turn.
to me.
Your turn.
Albuquerque, that's where we live. Okay, then we're going over to Denver.
Damn. On 420.
Yeah, Denver on 420.
Woo! That's Cheney's holiday.
And then Lawrence, Kansas, which is a great place to play.
We've never played this venue, the Bottleneck. We
Yeah.
always play what's the name of that place?
I'm not good with venue names, straight up.
Dude, Lawrence. What's the name of that place that we always play?
I would know it if I
would
saw
know.
it,
I mean,
obviously,
it's
but
just
I'm
on the
not
tip
good
of
with
my
venue
tongue.
names, straight up.
I'm on
I
the
just-
tip.
I
It's on the
don't
tip of my
remember
tongue.
them ever.
But it's not the Bottleneck for sure.
And then Haltom City, Texas.
Which Haltom
Never
City
heard of it.
it's a suburb of Dallas.
Okay.
So if you're walking around telling everyone, oh man, I wish that Archspire Tech Trek tour was coming to Dallas, it actually is.
All right. Well, that'll be cool to go see a new part of Texas.
Yeah, we're going to see a new part.
Then you got Austin, Houston. Then we're taking a day off.
Maybe NOLA.
Maybe NOLA.
We might hit NOLA.
Get some beignets, some po' boys.
Damn. That sounds like
You know what
a
I'm
day
saying?
off to me.
We actually go whenever we can. It's happened quite a few times that we have
Because
a day
we always
off.
do this drive, this
Yeah.
particular drive, which is from Houston to, this one's to Winter Park, Florida, which I think is Orlando,
Yeah.
at the Haven. Do you remember that last show at that place?
Yeah, it was off the hook.
It was
I actually do remember
fucking
that
nuts.
show. Yeah.
I think there's video from it, and people were like, our set
Going
was
ham.
crazy.
Yeah, it was sick as fuck.
Like, I think there's a video of it, and you can't even see me in it because people are freaking out too much.
And that's just, it was just kind of one of those shows where you don't really know what to expect.
No.
And then
it
all these
popped
people started
off.
showing up and they were getting rowdy as fuck when we
Totally.
played. And it was really fun.
I do remember
good
there's
time.
cigarette smoking in the venue.
I think there was a mild cigarette smoke.
Let's cut
going
that
on.
out, guys.
Yeah.
But
You
hey,
know what's
I'll
funny?
still play there.
I'm
I don't
always
give a
like
fuck.
the guy who's I'm not contrarian per se, but with some things I am. And I'm
Yeah.
like, but smoking. I mean, when you're having a drink, I think people should be able to smoke, right?
Yeah.
You've heard me say that before.
I've never heard you say that before.
I've
ever.
said it before.
No, you haven't.
All right.
I mean, I'm with you like every day. I've never
That
heard
is
you say
something that I would say. Can we put it that way?
Maybe.
Okay.
Your dad would say that for sure.
Yeah. So we went to a bar here locally, right?
Yeah.
And it was when my brother was in town.
Mm-hmm.
And we walk in there and there's people smoking.
Yeah.
And it was like an empty night. I think it was like a Monday. So there was like nobody even there. And I instantly thought of maybe the one time I said that. I guess you weren't around. And I took it back. I was like, yeah, this sucks.
Well, the thing
And
about
my favorite jacket smelled like cigarettes.
Yeah.
And there was like 5 people there, straight up.
that is the thing, especially on tour, because we don't have direct access to a washer and dryer every day, is that if you don't smoke and you leave somewhere where people have been smoking inside, your entire, like, all of your clothes reek like cigarettes and your hair. And dude,
It's bad.
if you smoke, you might not be able to smell it as badly, but dude, I feel like I'm suffocating when I
Totally.
when
When I used
breathe in those
to
cigarettes.
tour back in the day, way back when,
Oh,
tour meant you were just going to smell like smoke for a month. That's what it meant.
yeah.
Because you could smoke in most of the venues.
I remember
It was rough.
the first death metal show I ever went to was a 6 Feet Under show, and it was at this venue called Harry Mary's in Des Moines when I was 16, and they allowed smoking in there, and everyone in the entire club, it seemed like, was smoking to the point that my eyes started burning. Me and all my friends, 10 minutes in, we were like, we have to leave.
You just got to go.
Yeah, you have to
do it.
go. My eyes were burning,
Yeah.
dude. I couldn't breathe.
People would be like up in the front row, just like blowing smoke.
Oh
straight.
my God.
And you're a death metal vocalist, right?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I'm not, but if you were, that would be horrible.
Oh man, that's awful. That's
doing
me
death
out of
metal
the venue.
vocals is already challenging.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
So if you walk around a venue and you're like, damn, they're allowing smoking in here. I wonder if I can go like hang out with Cheney. I'm outside. Come catch me out back. Let's chill.
There is that one venue in Texas that we've played.
Yeah, I can't remember, but it's in like a...
It's in Fort Worth area. The Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Yeah. Okay. With the jumpy stage.
People smoke in there a little bit.
Maybe. But with all of that being said, the last show we played at this venue was actually one of my favorite shows we've ever played.
Yeah.
So, hey.
Well, that was actually when your boy was mega fit, dude, and I did 1,000 push-ups out back.
Wow. That was not at this venue.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
At the Haven in Orlando?
No, I'm talking about the Smoky venue.
I'm talking about the Haven in Orlando.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nice try, though.
Just had to get that in there.
Good try.
Had to get that in there.
All right. After that, we're playing...
1,000? That's a lot, dude.
Atlanta. Dude, shut the
I did do that. I did it.
I know, but it's inappropriate timing. You can bring it up. I know you're trying to brag.
Somehow. Even though it was 3 years ago.
All right. The next day we're playing. So we're driving all the way from Winter Park, Florida to Atlanta, Georgia. That's a long drive, I bet.
I don't know. You think so? I think it's really long.
Maybe it's like 6 hours. Okay, then we're playing the Masquerade, Atlanta. Next day, Spartanburg at Ground Zero, which I think is where Phallus helped save a person.
Oh, okay.
The last time we were there.
All right.
Then we're playing Richmond Canal Club. Is that one place? Yeah, for sure.
The place under the bridge.
Then Baltimore, Maryland at Metro. Brooklyn, which at Kingsland, which that show, last I heard, maybe yesterday, it had like 40 tickets left.
Low ticket warning.
Low ticket warning.
Low ticket warning.
Do you have like a... Not like a... There we go. Low ticket warning! Then we're playing Quebec.
And then we got... So then we head over into Canada.
Yeah.
And we're going Quebec.
We're passing that border.
Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto.
What?
I can't even say that.
Then we got to get back into America, and we're playing Hamtramck.
Is that a typo?
Is that how you say that? Hamtramck? Then we're playing Detroit at the Sanctuary, which is actually owned by Max Lang, who I've known since I was 17 years old. We were in the same band,
dude,
but not at the same time. Lax Meng.
Like he's a
Laxwell Meng.
Dude.
Then we're playing Chicago at the Cobra Lounge, and that is sold out. So you can't get in.
Sold out.
Sold out.
So as Chaney did on our funniest episode ever, you're going to be outside with your ear against the wall. You're going to be trying to...
You're going to be crying, begging your friends to let you in. You're going to see me outside. You're going to be like, Chaney, please, can you please get me on the guest list for the Chicago show? And I'm going to be like, nope, sorry, dude. I already got...
Maybe you could, though.
Actually. A GL. But if you cry hard enough, I will get you in.
Or if you slip me a crisp $50 bill.
Or if you slip me a crispy 50, dude. I'll let you're getting in for sure.
I mean, a crisp 50, I'm getting you in.
If you slip me a crisp 50, I will fucking walk you in the back door. All right?
I'm getting you in.
No one will be counting you.
I'm getting you in that video. Are we getting kicked off the show right now?
If you give me a crispy 50.
If you own the venue or work at the show, we're just kidding.
We're not getting anyone in. But if you got a crispy 50, or if you're like, hey, Chaney, I'll spend 100 on merch, then I'm like, got you, bro.
Dude, crispy 50 is a sick rap name.
Dude, look it up. Is there crispy 50?
Yeah, we definitely have to look that up.
Look it up on YouTube. Crispy 50.
All right, let me see here.
This is what happens when we try to read off tour dates. After that, we're playing Winnipeg. So apparently we got a day off, and then we're going to Winnipeg. So I'm afraid for how long that fucking drive is. Then we're going to Regina, Saskatchewan, Edmonton, Calgary, Kelowna, BC, and we're wrapping it up in Vancouver, baby. At the good old fashioned rickshaw.
There you have it. Oh, the rickshaw, huh? With the zombies.
With the zombie crew.
All right. What did we say? Crispy 50.
Crispy 50. Oh, we got crispy 50-50.
Crispy 50 wrapper.
Oh, we got crispy 50-50.
All right, let's rip this, dude.
It's, to be fair, his name is Crispy, and he's got a song called 50-50.
How is that possible?
I guess we're good at this.
Oh,
Akon.
Wait, people out there are going to think, oh, they planned this. No, we did not plan this.
We didn't plan it.
Are we going to get copywritten?
Every
Dude, how is this
episode
possible?
we do is copywritten.
How is this possible? This is amazing. There is crispy 50. Although I'm kind of waiting for the song to drop.
I was just going to say that. When is this song going to begin?
It's begun, but I want it to get going.
Oh, here we go. The beat.
All right.
50. This is a long intro. 50-50. So I'm already in. 50. 50-50. 50-50.
This is about getting into an Entheo show for $50.
Give me 50. That's what he said. Give me 50.
Yeah, this song
Give
straight
me
up rolls.
50. Nope, that's what he's saying. You cannot give me 20. I only take 50. 50.
That's amazing right there. That's incredible.
Give me 50.
Crispy
Give
50.
me
It's
50.
not a rapper, but it's a song.
Crispy 50. Come on.
Incredible.
You can't even write stuff
Can't
like
make
that into
stuff
the.
up.
You really
guys
can't make it up.
I mean, we're not that slick and we're not that good of actors to where we could have thought of that ahead of time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally know what you're saying.
But yeah, then we're going to have to drive home from Canada.
Then we gotta book it home to
that's
see
fun.
our cats and get back to.
That's right.
We're probably gonna have something to build in our house because that's
Yeah.
all we do.
Oh,
It
I
never
know.
fucking ends.
Yeah, it's just
What do we
drywall.
have? That's why y'all
painting.
need to give us 50 because honestly, it's just gonna go into probably a bucket of paint.
That's true. That's true. But you know what? You guys slept on a deal of the lifetime, dude. One of you motherfuckers could have stayed at our house and kept watch here, babysat the cats.
If
all
you
that
know
stuff.
us intimately, you could have.
Not really.
Yeah.
I posted it on my Facebook. We need a
Yeah.
house sitter.
Yeah, I was waiting for an intimate friend of
But
ours
yeah,
to come through.
before, you know, you guys were slow on the draw and a friend came through and is going to house sit and is going to watch the kitties.
Yep, he is, but we still need someone for that first week.
Yeah, so maybe hit us up if you are.
Probably don't though. So yeah, we're heading out on tour in a couple of weeks, and yeah.
Whoa.
I don't know if I'm prepared, but you never can be. I've been practicing our set every single day.
I've been
for the
practicing
past 3
not
days.
at all whatsoever.
We've just been painting Naveen's drum room constantly.
Yeah.
Just waiting.
Painting it. Actually, that's worth mentioning. We're getting to the final stages of this drum room,
Yeah, we told him.
in-house drum room that we're pretty excited about. We've got, let's see, the drywall's done. The painting is done for the most part.
The drywall is done. Shout out Evan Brewer because
Shout out Evan Brewer,
he
man.
is the main guy who's doing that.
Yeah.
Coming over every day with his little drywall pan and whatever he's got going on.
The mud. And just making it super smooth.
Super smooth. He's
an artisan with that thing.
It was very easy to paint. He made it very
Yeah.
easy to paint.
I know, for sure. So yeah, we got the paint on there. We've got
The ceiling. We did the ceiling
we did
texture.
the ceiling textured. We got.
Mhm.
We're pretty much just gonna have to put the floor in
Yeah.
and put the door in,
Yep.
and then we're ready to freaking jam, dude. Straight up.
Yeah. It's looking good. I'm sure we'll post some pictures on the internet, but
Yeah.
have you been taking videos of it?
I took a video. I took a few videos. Yeah, I took a few videos.
Are you going to post them?
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't been doing as well as other, like the van thing, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's because me and Evan were working together and I didn't want to be like, hey, dude, hold on a second. Let me get you doing, you know what I mean?
Totally.
It's,
Yeah.
it's like
a little bit of
when
a
you're-
nuisance.
by yourself, it's cool. But when you're with another person, it's like, seems kind of corny. And then another thing,
It's
I don't know, it
how
was just-
goes.
I don't know. I just, kind of goofed it on that one. Didn't get a whole lot of footage, but I did get some stuff.
I feel like there are pictures of like each individual step.
Yeah,
mostly,
there's definitely pictures, and there's definitely a couple of little GoPro updates. Then there's some tests that we did with you playing drums.
Oh yeah.
Where I took the GoPro, you played drums, I walked outside, and then like we put up the insulation, and I did it again, and then we'll do it again with the drywall up.
Yeah, which I think once we put a door in there, it's actually going to make a difference.
Yeah, it's also really loud in there now. Like that there's like when it was just insulation, the drums were like super quiet because it was so dead.
Totally.
But now that it's just drywall and there's no like sound dampening situations or anything, it's freaking loud.
It totally is.
Because we've been playing like a kick and snare just to hear what it sounds like, and
tons of reverb.
It's really loud. So I'm gonna have to tame that down a little bit.
Yeah, but it's well on its way. I mean, it's just that we've been working on it pretty constantly. Well, I guess you guys have. I just started working
for what,
on
like
it today.
2 or 3 weeks, right? I mean, at least.
Yeah. I mean, your dad was here for like a week, so there was time taken off.
We had to suspend work.
Yeah, but it's going to be very sick when it's done. I'm excited
and
for
what's
that.
going to be dope is we're going to be able to have fucking band practice in there.
Totally.
For this upcoming tour.
And we've never been able to have band practice. You know, usually the band will come to our house before a tour. We've come to our house. We've gone to Evan's and we've gone to Travis's, and no time have we ever been able to just practice at the place that we're staying. And this time around, we're going to actually be able to set up and practice and keep our shit set up for the entire time and just come here and practice. And then when we load out, it's time to go on tour.
I think it's going to be beneficial because the 2 guitar players that we're taking out, we haven't jammed with yet.
Yeah.
So it'll be cool to just be able to hang out, play the set, go do something else, go back. Not where we're renting a space by the hour and we have to just set up and tear down, and
Totally. I remember
one day. It's a bummer.
in Santa Cruz, we would practice at the Santa Cruz Rehearsal studios before you got like a storage unit. And it's a great place to practice, but we were paying then it's like an extra $100 a day to practice.
Sucks.
And touring, being like a touring band and doing all of that stuff, a huge part of it is having the money to do everything. And spending $300 on practice, you don't really want to have to budget that in.
Because even when we did have the storage unit, remember we practiced one time there.
Yeah, we only practiced one time.
But it was still like 20 minutes away from the house.
Yeah.
So
it's a total pain.
And it was so small that the freaking guys had to stand outside.
Oh, yeah. Well, at Santa Cruz, the practice studio or practice rehearsal space or whatever, we would have to load in and out every single day for like 3 days.
Which is there's a little bit of benefit because then you get good at setting up, like for tour.
True. Which is something...
It's going to be crazy going on tour again.
That is something you have to be good at. That's low key, high key.
Oh, yeah.
A huge deal is being good at setting up and breaking down your stuff.
Yeah.
Because the next band... Well, first of all, you don't know... Like, there's an allotted time limit in between each band, and usually it's like 10 or 15 minutes.
It's way not enough time.
Way not enough time. So essentially you have to be like an army sergeant at setting up and breaking down. And a lot of the time you have to fit a small sound check into that. Like for us on this upcoming tour, the way it works is opening bands and headlining bands get to sound check.
Right.
The other bands do not get a sound check before the show.
Right.
So if you're playing third in a lineup like we are on this upcoming tour, which honestly no one except for Archspire on our tour package will probably get a sound check most nights because there are going to be local bands on the packages.
True.
So all of the bands that play in between don't get a sound check unless it's in that quick like 5-minute period after you've set up, which everyone will kind of go through and like hit something, and then it'll be like, hit it, fuck it, let's just do it. So we're not gonna get a sound check. We'll not get much of a sound check, but you have to fit all of this within like a 15-minute period. If you have, as a band that goes on tour, you're like given an allotted time that you can play a set for. So you don't really want to go into your set time if you have a specific set time. That's why
you guys need to optimize the rig, man, for real. You know what I'm saying, Shani?
Yeah.
So totally. That's a lot of the time why I'll take like a 4-piece kit on tour. People be like, how come you're not using 5 toms? It's like, because I usually don't have enough time to be like, all right, tom 1, boom, boom, and then fucking tom.
Totally.
It's like, that's a big reason why I keep my drum set kind of compact as a support band.
Right. Someone is miking your kit as you're setting up.
And if they encounter a problem with one of the toms, well, that's taking up time.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm always looking at like playing the drums is a small portion of what you do on tour.
It's really not. As far as the actual being in a band thing or like being a musician, touring is almost completely not about playing music.
Right.
There's just a ton of other shit that you have to do. I don't know if you remember this, but one time we were playing a show. I'm just thinking of this because of setup times and breakdown times. We were opening a tour. I think it was with Veil of Maya, and we played a show. And we were the first band on the package. And the last local band that played started singing. They were done with their set, and they had already kind of gone over set time.
They like took a bow.
And they took a bow,
so
and
don't take a fucking bow.
Then they started singing "Happy Birthday" to a person in their band while they were on stage, and no one was breaking down their set. That's how you make people mad on tour. Yeah, is if you go over your set time, and then you sing "Happy Birthday," because what you're doing is ruining the next band's set. If you go
then you
over
all
your
get in a
set time,
line and like hold like this, and then you guys take
and
a
you
bow.
take a bow.
Don't do that.
Unnecessary.
Don't do that.
Unnecessary.
Yeah. When it's your show and you're the headliner, you can take a bow.
I don't even think I've ever seen a headliner take a bow.
No, because by the time you get to that point, you're not trying to take a bow. You're trying to like do the set.
You're trying to bow out of the venue and get to sleep, dude. Get on to the next show.
But I think I'm going to be having a good time. I'm going to be, I don't know. It's going to be weird to play shows again. And one of the things that you don't think about, like for us doing a tour, is all I'm thinking about is what has to get done. So I'm thinking like, I got to program the lights. I got to put together this set.
Mm-hmm.
I got to finish the drums room so we can practice. I got to get these new guitar players the tabs. I got to freaking... You're thinking the same thing, right? I got to get a hold of the merch. But every once in a while, I get a little glimpse of we're going to be on stage playing music again.
Totally.
And that's really cool because it's easy to not think about that when you're just thinking about all the money and the logistics. And we got to get plane tickets and where are we going here and who's watching the house and da-da-da. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The last week of my life has been getting all of our merch in order, writing down every cent of the money that we've spent so far, what we have to spend, what we have allotted to spend while we're on tour out of our guarantees, who we're paying, getting plane tickets for our band and our merch guy, and just handling like everything that has nothing to do with playing music
at all.
Except for I've been practicing our set for the past like 3 or 4 days. And that's been really fun. I gotta say, we're busting out some total fucking bangers for this tour. It's an interesting
set that we're doing this time around.
Yeah.
But another thing I wanted to say was, we sold these shirts last week. We were talking about them. Cheney and I hand tie-dyed those fuckers ourselves.
Yeah. Thank you to everyone who grabbed one.
Yeah. So if you bought one of these, you made this tour happen. Because
that's so true. So true.
All the money that we sold from these shirts went to funding this tour, all the startup costs involved.
Yeah.
And that, like, I don't know how we would have done it without you guys. So
We really
thank you
couldn't
for
have.
that.
Thank you.
All the shirts sold really quickly, except for the smalls.
I know, which
I guess ain't nobody wearing a small anymore, but there's like
yeah,
10
baggy is
smalls
all
left.
in. Literally every other shirt sold out in a day.
Yeah.
It didn't take very long. The smalls, though, we still have some left. If you guys are small, go pick one up. They're in the store. And with that being said, I'm not taking a lot of smalls on this tour. So if you
people don't wear
are a
small
size
anymore.
small, I already, like, in planning merch, I told our merch company, like, smalls are out. And which is funny because I remember back in the day, everyone was into youth larges. Like, the smaller the
youth
size,
large.
the better.
No, I was sitting here looking at this small like today, and I was like, I could not, like, I couldn't even get into this. It would rip.
Maybe,
And I'm
yeah.
not like a huge guy, but
Well, the
this would
interesting
not
thing
go
is,
on me.
though, I can relate to that because I am a size small. Like, logistically, if I was wearing my exact perfect size,
Would
I'm a
this
size
be
small.
tight on you? I don't think so.
No, it's baggy on me. But I wear larges because I like super baggy shirts. But
I want 'em baggy.
I'm sure in a few years I'll circle back to the smalls.
Yeah.
I have a ton of smalls, a ton of small
I used to
band
wear a
shirts.
small
Whoa, that's crazy.
when I was like 16, but I mean,
Yeah.
so I was smaller.
So, I mean, yeah, it seems like people aren't really, I don't know, smalls are kind of out right now, which I've known for a while. But if you are a small, if you happen to be one, go pick one up. Thank you so much to everyone. Some of you have written us emails or tagged us in posts. We try to get merch out pretty quickly. So everyone in America should have theirs.
Yeah.
And
They're all shipped out.
yeah, the international orders should be arriving in the next week or two.
But yeah, we're gonna periodically do kind of a custom shirt that Chaney and I do by hand. And the last one we did was a bleach tie-dye like this. But the next one is gonna be something different.
Totally.
So we're not exactly sure, but it won't be a bleach tie-dye.
It will
So
not.
If you missed your chance, maybe just get a small. I don't know. Cut it out and sew it on.
Make it into a
freaking-
patch.
Yeah. And
Have
maybe
your
just put it in a
your
frame.
mom make you a quilt out of it. You know, one of those band shirt quilts.
I mean, put it in a frame or something. This is some hand fucking made shit, dude. This is some top quality, hand quality
You know what we
shit.
forgot to say is Happy St. Patrick's Day,
I know.
which
Happy
I
St.
just
Patrick's
found
Day.
out that St. Patrick's Day is today, 20 minutes ago.
Because
when-
you were talking about cabbage and beef.
Yeah, I was talking about making corned beef and cabbage. And then I was like, I'm pretty sure that St. Patrick's Day is sometime in March. Let me look it up.
Oh, it's tomorrow.
What do you know? It's tomorrow, today.
Actually, yeah, it's already 1.
Okay, it's 1 a.m. We'll probably put this up today, so.
So we missed Wednesday.
We did miss Wednesday, which we've been doing
We've been
quite
goofing
often.
it on the podcast. lately.
Honestly, we are just really busy. We're trying to get a podcast out every week. We're still going to get one out every week, but we've just been busy. And I
Might be
think
late.
once we get on tour, I think we'll do like a van podcast. We'll
Yeah,
figure
we're thinking
it out,
about doing one coming at you motherfuckers in the van.
which would be awesome, I think.
I think that'd be way sick.
But anyways, yeah, so that's all the news and everything. I was thinking maybe we could go through our comments and read some of those. We have some questions.
Comments? All right. Like on our last episode?
Well, there was someone left a comment that I really want to talk about.
yeah. Let's go find that.
So let's go read through our comments.
I need like a comments theme.
It's not
song.
called Copperweiss.
That's right. It's probably called KoperCrabb.
It's comment time.
Wait, hold on.
Crab. On KoperCrabb.
Comments.
On KoperCrabb.
No, it's not. Yeah, it is on comments.
That's amazing that this happened on a podcast.
I know.
Maybe
I
we
was
should
thinking
get a
about
guest
Chance
on
today.
before-
I know we'll get a guest pretty soon, probably.
All right, Chaney. Here we
All right,
go.
let's read the comments.
Take
Comment.
a dive into these comments.
So these are from last week, and yeah, we just want to read through them. We're getting quite a few comments, and I go through and read them like the first day, but after that I kind of don't see any more of the ones that we do. So let's read the top one. Let's just go through them and read them.
That's cool. I found your channel because it's like a news channel for metalheads. I love it. It'd be cool if it was. I don't know. We're not really that newsy.
I was gonna say
or gossipy, I guess you could say.
News. I don't know. That's cool that you found our channel for sure. News. I don't know. A couple of weeks ago, we played an Asking Alexandria video from 2007. So I guess if you want to find out your metal news like 15 years late, then you can come and tune in.
It's kind of a behind the scenes look. Is what more or less.
At old school metal
slice
news.
of life. What is it like for people to sit around and talk about
But
bullshit?
I'm glad that you found us and that you think it's news.
Just got my shirts. Emma and I love them. I'm assuming Emma's his wife or something. Thank you for them signing them. The note was the sweetest part. So Cheney writes notes
Hell yeah,
if you
Cliff.
want her to. It's like, and remember that stuff in Domino's when you could be like, hey, write me something in the box, and they would do it?
No.
Yeah, that was like a thing for a while.
Oh,
like,
cool.
Can you draw a dog on my box? And they'd like draw a dog.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah, I do.
So Cheney will do that.
I will write a note if it pertains to your order or if you write a note to us.
And this is only off the custom shop, by the way.
This is only off the custom shop. Night Shift isn't, I'm not going to be sending you a note through Night Shift, but you can still buy merch from there and I'll send you a heart emoji.
Then we got, I actually like the guttural vocals trigger you had. Shit had me in tears when you nailed the delivery. Yeah, I like it too. It's sick. That's why it's on there. Although I don't know who it is.
I know. If anyone could name that trigger, name that.
I don't know.
No idea.
It's a
no
good
clue.
thing though. I don't know. I just like typed like most brutal gutturals and that came up on YouTube and then I just sampled it. I did it a couple years ago. I probably should have like took note of who it was.
True.
Yo, I'll totally take one of those avant-garde bloody vinyls off your hands. Yeah, last week we were talking about the blood-soaked Flesh Rot album.
Which we're not going to sell ours.
Okay, here we go.
Thank
now
you,
we're getting
thank you
on
all
to
for
here
offering
we go.
the.
Look
We're
at
not going to
this.
sell
Now
it.
here's where we got called out, dude.
Okay, yeah. This
Here's
is
where we
a
got
comment I wanted to
served.
talk about.
Yeah, we got straight up called out. I totally wish y'all had that friendly attitude when I met you. Ha 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 ha.
I guess you're.
What do you think of that, Fanny?
So.
You're mean is basically what he's saying. So Shannon doesn't like it when anybody is like doesn't like her. That's
No, that's not
she
true.
can't stand it.
That's not true. But I did want to talk about this. I think that it brings up something really important about touring.
Yeah.
And musicians who tour. So, first of all, you know, I'm sorry that you met us and you were like, fuck, they aren't as cool as I thought they were going to be or whatever.
Not
and now you see
friendly.
the
We were
podcast
probably
and we're all
cool.
fun.
We probably were cool because he was like, wow, look how cool those guys are. I want to go meet them. And then when he met us, he was like, they're cool, but they're not very friendly.
But okay, so I guess you're comparing us to like on a podcast. And
So on a podcast, sorry to cut you off, but on a podcast, like Cheney and I just cooked dinner.
yeah.
And then we each took a shower.
Yeah. And
And then I
got,
took about like 20 minutes and I like groomed my beard.
well, also we got rest last night.
Yeah. And
In
then I
our house.
slept for like a really long time last night in a king size bed.
Yeah. In our house.
This sounds like I'm bragging. I'm not trying to brag.
In a king size. Wow, you really don't have a cool attitude, do you?
Okay, yeah. Total douche. But then
Wait
and then
for
I've
it.
had like
And I also have a washer and dryer, and I pulled my clothes, my fresh
brand
clothes
new washer
out
and
of the
dryer too, by the way.
I pulled my fresh clothes out of the dryer.
And put them around right. Yeah, me too. I went in my closet and I got like a totally like freshly folded outfit.
Yeah. And it
Now,
smells good.
Then I drank like 2 1-ounce shots of vodka
yeah.
with lemon juice in it,
Yeah.
which I took from my freezer. And
you
then grabbed a White Claw.
fresh pressed the
Freshly
lemon
squeezed
juice
it.
from your fridge.
So the reason why we're saying this is because none of that would have taken place on tour.
Here's the
None of it
tour
would have
scenario.
happened.
Here's the tour scenario. Okay. So
Here's the best case scenario.
Let's start with the night before, where we loaded out from the venue at 2:30 a.m. Right?
Yeah.
Load out from the venue at 2:30 a.m. Let's we're in Portland, so we're going to fucking San Francisco or Santa Cruz or Sacramento. So we loaded out from the venue at 2 a.m. after we waited around to get paid for the show that we played. After we were in a venue all night, and we're tired and a little cranky probably. So at 2 a.m. we finally load out, and I am hopping into the back seat to, check my text messages and try to get some shut eye.
is probably hopping in the front seat to drive.
Naveen's hopping in the front seat to drive for 3 hours to the Planet Fitness that we found on the map in between Portland and Sacramento.
Yeah.
And so Naveen drives for 3 hours while all of us try to get sleep as the van slips and slides down the mountains of the West Coast.
Right.
So the van shuts down and everyone can finally get some peace and quiet for about a couple of hours. For me, if we arrive at the Planet Fitness at 5 a.m., I'm going to get out of the van and probably go take a shower, because I don't like going to sleep without taking a shower because it's not comfortable for me, because I have to take Benadryl every night I break out. So then after I come back to the van and sleep in the van,
Smells like bad breath.
It smells like bad breath.
You're like, and then
with
you're like,
five
okay, cool.
dudes.
And then you're going to sleep on a van bench. Now, a van bench is like, I was looking at the van benches because I took them out of the van.
Yeah.
And when you see it out of the van, it's like, it's smaller than this thing. Like, literally.
Totally.
It's like that wide. Like, I'm
Dude.
like, there's no way a human being can sleep on that.
No way. I'm 5'2" as well, and I have to like crumple up my knees and bend my knees all night to fit on the bench. So I'll wake up every morning. There's no question about it. My knees are gonna hurt really bad.
Springs are hitting you in the back.
And the little seatbelt is hitting you in the back.
What the fuck is with that thing?
It's hard for me to fall asleep on my back, so I'm laying on my stomach and I'm laying on my arm and my arm is asleep. So I keep waking up because of that. It's probably really hot in the van.
Could be hot. Yeah, could be hot.
So, we're
night
parked
went.
for a couple of hours.
Honestly, that was you're explaining like a pretty good
That's
night.
A good night.
That's like one of the better nights.
That's a fucking good night. And
that's not like we got to charge the van all night and drive. We can't pull over for a little while.
But then around 6 a.m, someone wakes up because there's always an early riser in the band. And then they start like opening doors and fidgeting stuff. Like they go like this.
Yeah.
And you're like just trying to get some fucking sleep. And they do that until all of a sudden they're like, okay, we've got 5 hours left to drive. I might as well just start driving. So then after you've gotten a nice maybe hour and a half of sleep, you hear the van engine go and you're like, oh fuck, here we go again. And then you're trying to sleep as the van continues charging down the mountains.
Here's another thing that happens. When the van is leaving the parking lot, it feels like it takes like an hour. And you're just doing all these.
Dude, I know.
It feels like the driver's just going like this.
In
like, what are you doing?
I know.
What are you doing?
Dude, totally. And
they're not doing anything. They're just pulling out of the driveway. But for some reason.
It doesn't take any time, but for some reason it feels like it's taken 30 hours.
You're like, what are you doing? You're driving around the parking lot for 15 minutes?
This is also so the only way that you get to this point is if overnight you didn't park in a spot that like a police officer comes up and knocks on the window of the van. Yeah. Excuse me, you need to move. Can't sleep here.
Well, we will say though, with the Planet Fitness thing that we had going on, that didn't happen.
That never happened.
Like it's a good place to park because it's
God
a 24-hour
fitness
establishment.
Yeah.
So you kind of it's a good thing, and I like.
So everyone out there, do the Planet Fitness thing.
Actually,
it is the bomb.
I don't know. Are they gonna blow up our spot and get us?
No, I've heard of bands doing this since we started.
Yeah, we weren't the first ones.
So after that, you're getting some sleep while whoever is driving, they might have headphones in, but if not, they've got the radio up a little bit.
I'm saying headphones. Go headphones.
Yeah, you gotta
honestly,
go headphones.
Cheney, you're the only one who doesn't.
I know.
do headphones.
I don't do headphones. Yeah. I know. Ugh. But I barely drive.
I drive like real. I keep it nice.
And you have headphones. Because I'm kind of scared to drive in headphones.
I keep it sleepy, and I wear headphones. And I make sure that everybody's nice, and I make sure you guys get some
I don't
good
really
sleep
drive. I don't really drive. But
True.
Anyways, so then the next person is driving for
hold on a
about
second.
5 more hours.
Let's recap now. Compare that to, hey, let's go to bed.
Yeah.
So all that activity that you're just talking about, that took place when it was
bedtime.
Hey, let's go to bed in like a comfy bed.
And then you get sleep. So between the hours that you're
that was like
sleeping,
a whole journey. It was like a whole thing.
Between the hours that you're sleeping, this is what's happening to the average like touring band who's touring in a van.
Actually, I would say that's like, I don't know if that's average. That's like, you got it pretty good right
Yeah,
there.
you got a good thing
because there could be people wanting to party and all this and that.
Sometimes you're in a band where people want to party, and sometimes you're in a band where people like want to go stay at like a person's house. And in that case, you're going to the person's house. So around 3 a.m, you get to the person's house. Then you have to pull all of your stuff out of the van.
That's a straight up no on like where we're at.
Yeah, we don't.
Believe it or not,
stay.
we keep it pretty mellow on tour, man. Like you know,
know,
we're always drinking on the podcast and stuff. It's because it's a great situation.
Yeah.
But we've found that on tour, especially I'm like, in my late 30s here pretty soon. But it's like, keep it together, and it goes way easier.
I like 4 party nights on tour.
One a week, yeah.
The reason for this is because, dude, if I drink, then there's like 100% chance that the next morning when I wake up, I don't know where any of my shit is. I've just like thrown it around my bench, and my bench is a total mess.
Yeah. And you're not going to be able to get, not like you're getting great sleep to start with, but you're not going to be able to get any sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be terrible.
So after this, what happens is you'll drive for a few hours, and maybe you'll get some lunch. Everyone will want to get a lunch at a certain point, and you won't like be showered or ready. You'll just be walking into, sometimes you find yourself brushing your teeth in a Panera bread.
Sometimes. That's like every day.
By that I mean every day.
Although, dude, okay, we randomly went to Panera the other day, and I noticed that they have like a coffee subscription. It's like $10.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
For all So I'm getting me that $10 all you can drink coffee.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm going to Panera every day.
So a lot of the time you're going into Panera where everyone's all happy and like having a great time, and you're in there with your bath stuff, and you're like brushing your teeth in the bathroom, and you're like everyone here
just woke up.
Thinks I'm a homeless person.
I don't think many people know what it feels like to just wake up out of a van and be in Panera. Everyone's like going to work, and they're like all,
and you're just like, oh my god, standing in line at Panera next to like the caffeinated mom.
Like, hi, what can I get for you? And you're like,
yeah, and you're staring like that. So that's how your day starts, and then you go out and you might have gotten like an apple bowl from Panera, and everyone wants to smoke weed at like 6 o'clock 9 o'clock in the morning, and you're like, fine, I guess I'm not gonna miss out on this.
Oh, an apple, like you may hollow out an apple to smoke out of it.
Yeah. And then so it's probably 11 a.m.
I was thinking like a yogurt bowl with like sliced apple.
It's probably 11 at this point, and you went to Panera, and if you have a Planet Fitness membership, you might go there and then bust a workout and do the shower thing. But if not, you're heading straight to the venue, and you're like going into the venue with all of your bath items and your clothes. What do they call that? All of your toiletries.
There you go.
And you're in a venue. The venue may or may not have toilet water on the floor in the bathroom.
May or may not have a door on the bathroom.
May or may not have a door. You never know what you're going to get. Some days you get a shower, but if there's one shower, there are 4 bands. So how many people is that? That's like 20 people at least trying to get in the shower.
And also, who knows how long you've been doing this for? Maybe this is day 20.
This could be day 20. And you're
Right.
just like
And so maybe
trying to keep it together.
So then you play the show.
Well, then then you get to the venue.
Right.
And after you do your toiletries and stuff, or before, it's time to load in now. So now you're loading everything in and you're like hustling to get everything in the venue on time. And then you have to help set up something. You're setting up something. So you do that.
Yeah,
and then by the time that happens and you finally get your shit together, it's about 3 or 4 o'clock. And you're like, maybe I can go sit in the van for a half an hour and have like some time to myself. But you're probably getting 0 time to yourself whatsoever.
Any time to yourself.
And then it's time for the show. And it's time to start talking to people and hanging out.
Yep.
And maybe you're like in a rush and you're like trying to go get merch or like help someone.
Or you have to do something.
Do something and you get stopped by someone and you're a little more frantic than you would be in a normal like home environment.
Right.
So with all of this being said, this is totally not an excuse. You know, sometimes everyone gets in bad moods. Just think of the way that you are at home, or even if you were on tour with stuff happening. You know, every day is different.
Right.
And things happen on tour. I've found out that friends died on tour. You find out weird shit on tour. Something happens. You're mad at someone. There's some weird dramatic thing going on, or anything. And people on tour are just humans and trying to get
so you could
through
just
the
be,
day.
or you just might be a little bit distracted. Like
you might be distracted,
dealing with something, and somebody comes to say hi, and you don't give them your full attention because you're kind of a little bit flustered, and then it comes off like you're not super friendly.
Yeah, which sucks because I totally understand that sometimes, one interaction with people or 2 interactions can be weird.
Yeah.
But
we always try to be really nice, and that's not, or we don't try to be nice. We
just are
we genuinely like meeting people on tour,
and we're so appreciative,
Yeah.
beyond appreciative of anyone who takes the time to listen to our band or likes what we do. Like that's the only reason we can tour. That's the only reason we get
why
to
we
do
even
any of
want
this
to do it.
stuff.
I mean, we're not doing it for the money, obviously. I mean, give me a break. So that is the best part, and that is the most fulfilling part. I've said this a million times. The people that you get to meet and hang around with and just interact with, that is the best part. So just having known all those circumstances, sometimes we don't. And that's not to say like don't come up to us at shows.
Oh,
or
no, not at all.
Or you don't have to walk on eggshells around us or anything like that. Like, we're having a really good time, and we're doing it because we want to be there.
And we love meeting people. Like, that's awesome. But what it is to say is that, everyone has an off day or an off moment, or everyone is human, and everyone's just trying to kind of get through and survive. And I hope that people consider that when meeting anyone who they're a fan of or they're expecting like something out of, because everyone is just human.
I mean, unless the person's like, fuck you, get away from it. Like I would say, don't write them off. And that's not talking about us. That's talking about maybe other people you might have met, and they weren't giving you all the attention that you wanted,
just
or whatever.
A person at a party. I say, if you meet someone 1 or 2 times and it's like a weird scenario, I don't know. I feel like it's a little excusable. If you meet someone 10 times and they're a total asshole every time, that's problematic for sure.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to cut people a little slack, just not even just touring people, but people in everyday life, because there are a lot of components of everyone's life, and you never know what's going on for someone. And honestly, if you met both Naveen and I in the same day and we were in like weird moods or we were going somewhere, so I mean, something had to have happened because I'm always in a good mood.
I know. And I try to weird people out that talk to me. Like I'll reverse it.
I always think that. Yeah.
I'll flip it on them, and they'll be ready to.
Leave.
All right, dude, it was nice to meet you. And I'm
nice
like just sitting there, trying to chat it up.
Yeah.
So,
but with all of this being said, I'm super excited to go out on the tour we're about to do and to meet a bunch of people. I can't wait to meet people who maybe listen to the podcast because we haven't been on tour since we've done this, and that
is crazy.
Yeah,
that is so crazy.
It's super crazy.
But yeah, we were also thinking if we do that van thing, we'll try to like grab a guy, a guy from each band or whatever to like
totally
chat with us or whatever.
Totally.
Or maybe I was thinking it'd be hella fun to do like clown car, get like 8 dudes in the van.
That's like a party day.
And it would just be weird.
Let's pull up some more of those comments and
unlistenable.
Talk to the rest of them. But so yeah, I hope that kind of answered what you're saying that.
And all that to say, we're sorry, man.
Yeah, we really I'm looking forward to the next time we meet you because
I'm never selling my Flash Rock vinyl. That's Michael Mark. We know him. We know him IRL.
Totally, we do.
He's one of the few who's got the vinyl.
Yo, Brian Craigie is one of the sickest bass players in the his band Croesus Destroys. Def worth checking out. Yeah, you guys should check out Croesus. They opened, I think, one of the Rivers of Nile dates that we did a couple of years ago. They're very sick.
Okay, then we got Pile Plays Heart.
Everyone have a good week.
I like that.
I love that too.
My kind of a.
Appreciate y'all, fellow Southerners.
There we go. Oh yeah, because we were saying that we're Southern now.
I like that.
So I definitely appreciate that as well.
Tom says Cheney's giving out passes to a little too much bad music, man. I don't know.
Oh, Cheney's.
Is that shout out to my drops of Jupiter?
Cheney's being too nice out there.
Drops of Jupiter. Hey man, it's not all fucking tech death and blast beats and breakdowns out here.
That's true. Although today at the gym, I was listening to blast beats and breakdowns the whole entire time.
Today at the gym, I was listening to the new Entheos album the whole time.
Oh, nice.
It's really good.
There you go.
I got goosebumps a couple parts. I was like, fudge, dude.
Goose pimples.
Holy fudge crackers.
Props on the flip phone. How do you deal with directions and navigation? I got a GPS, bro.
Which he barely uses, and he always gets the directions
I always
wrong.
Need to freaking. But people are gonna be like, "Oh, Naveen, we saw you on an iPhone today." Yeah, I've been pretty upfront that I have my iPhone at home. I've said that before, so I do still own it. It's on the Wi-Fi, although it's not on me all the time.
No, it's really not. He doesn't use it.
This week, I've been using it kind of a lot because there was a couple days where I didn't feel very good, so I was kind of like laying around and on my phone quite a bit.
Dude, you know what I'm feeling good about?
Instagram holes.
Today, I get to see the ocean for the first time.
True.
And I love the ocean.
We're going to be reporting to you guys live from the ocean.
That's some metal
Actually,
news.
we probably should have done that. We probably should have got one of these fuckers over here.
Oh, yeah. We should have got Billy.
Yeah.
Because we have a long lost episode with Billy that we never put out.
It is lost.
It's lost.
It's long and lost.
It's good. It's lost forever.
It's not coming back. I don't know where it is.
But I get to see the ocean. I'm so excited.
Music request. Aria by
Desiderium. Yeah, I actually jammed that on the way here from California. It's really good.
You like it?
Yeah, I do. I really like the instrumentals a lot, particularly.
Nice. And then Flesh Rot fucking rules. So
true.
So those are those comments there. And,
those are the comments.
Should we do that? Like read the last week's comments?
Maybe. At least a couple. Yeah.
Maybe
it's fun to touch on them, I think.
Or maybe you could just drop your questions there. That'd be kind of easy.
Yeah, drop some question. Yeah, if you have a question, drop it there.
Drop it.
That'd be pretty easy.
Last week's.
We have another question that we can answer. How far are we into this episode?
An hour.
Holy crap, Pola.
A hour.
How long did we spend telling everyone that we're actually nice?
Probably like 40 minutes.
I swear, guys, we're nice.
That was the longest excuse for probably just being a dick to a guy of all time.
No, I can't recall any time that I was actually.
That's
the thing is that I have anxiety, and if I ever am like kind of mean to someone, I think about it for 5 years.
No, Cheney has to have everybody.
And I can't particularly remember any time that I was like mean to someone I met on tour, even if I didn't like them.
I've seen comments around about myself where I'm like or I'm like intimidating or something like that.
Or you're
Not
like
very
mean.
nice.
You're not a people person.
Well, I think that's just because of my sick beard. We're just like, damn, look at that dude's beard.
Maybe we have resting bitch face.
RBF. But that's, for me, I feel like I'm too nice. So when I see a comment like, oh, that guy is kind of weird, I don't know, I didn't go up to him, I'm like, that's awesome.
The only time that I feel like I look mean is at the gym. Because I'm like, I notice myself having a scowl on my face because I'm like all business there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just feel like I'm in training when I'm at the gym. I'm just like,
going beast mode in here.
Or maybe when we're playing a show on stage, I'm like, well,
yeah, you look pretty mean on stage, pretty tough.
Do I?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that's good because I always just think I look really Midwestern and kind.
Yeah.
All right, good. I'm going to keep working on the mean face on stage.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you need to work on it. You look pretty mean on stage.
Oh, I already have it. Cool.
Yeah. So, did you want to do that question or want to wrap it up? Or what are we doing
Let's
here?
wrap it up. We have a lot of questions for next week.
Yeah. All right, you motherfuckers, you crabs. We don't have a name for our
All right,
fans,
let's
but
hear
that's
it front to
stupid.
front, back to back, side to side.
But anyway, we're gonna
have a good week, you guys.
Have a great week. Thanks for checking in with us. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for stopping by.
And we will see you guys
Love y'all.
next week. I'm gonna be looking
have
at you nude.
Have a good week. Should we have